Hey patent friends, welcome back to another video. Coming to you today from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I'm on vacation and I'm working remotely a bit, and I wanted to talk about the poor man's patent, or the mail it to yourself patent. I've got a bunch of questions about it recently, and I've had some people who have some big problems with it, and so I wanted to kind of tell you what it is, how it works, and whether it can actually help save you money. But spoiler alert, it actually typically results in losing your patent rights. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Dylan Adams. I am a patent attorney. I represent clients of all sizes, whether they be garage inventors, startups, Shark Tank companies, and even Fortune 100 companies. You might also recognize me from my appearances on TV or my best-selling book, Patents Demystified, which is an insider's guide to protecting ideas and inventions used by top universities, inventors, and entrepreneurs worldwide, including places like Harvard, Stanford, and MIT. So let's go ahead and get right into the content. All right, so you may have seen things on the internet and maybe in chat rooms or kind of rumors about something called the poor man's patent, or the mail it to yourself patent. And let's just make sure we're on the same page as far as what this is. So the idea is that, so if somebody wants to protect their idea or invention, they'll write it down, they'll have detail about it, and they'll mail it to themselves. And usually, I mean, it's sort of an old concept, and so the idea would be that somebody would like physically mail it to themselves, and then they would keep the envelope sealed, and there would be the filing date or the mailing date, and that would sort of somehow give them priority as of that date, or at the very least they could prove that they conceived of their invention at that time. Okay, so that's why it was called the mail it to yourself patent, or the poor man's patent, because obviously it doesn't really take that much money to draft a description of your invention and mail it to yourself. Okay, so what is the problem with that? So the biggest thing is that the United States is now a first to file system. So patent priority is based on who files their patent application first. It's not based on who invents first. And that was one of the things about the poor man's patent, or the mail it to yourself patent, was that it was all about establishing a date of conception, which really now doesn't really mean anything whatsoever. It's all about who files their patent application first. So even if you can prove priority back to a certain date, that's not going to help you with patent protection. Another issue is that the term poor man's patent, or the mail it to yourself patent, is used. But the truth is, this is not in any way, shape, or form a patent or a patent application. And that kind of gives people a false sense of security to say, oh, well, I have a patent, or, I have this, poor man's patent, and, this is going to help me. The problem is, it gives people this false sense of security, and they start, making public disclosures, public uses, or offers for sale, which actually can forfeit patent rights. And I've had this with a lot of folks recently, strangely enough, where they mail something to themselves and they say, oh, I did this 5 years ago. I've been testing the market, and I've been telling people about the invention, and they don't realize that, well, that actually forfeited their patent rights. And by mailing this thing to themselves, they didn't get any priority date for their invention. They officially forfeited their patent rights. So that's one of the biggest issues with this poor man's or mail it to yourself patent, is that a lot of times it gives the people a false sense of security, and then they end up forfeiting their patent rights. So what do you actually want to do? How do you actually protect your rights, and what's a cost-effective way of doing that? Okay, that's what I'm going to talk about next. So if the mail it to yourself or poor man's patent is totally worthless, what do you want to do? How do you actually protect your ideas and inventions? So the first thing to understand is that patent rights start to be lost, like I said, upon a first public disclosure, public use, or offer for sale. So you need to file a real patent application before you do any of those things, okay, to prevent loss of patent rights. And the most cost-effective way to do it, and what we typically do with startups, is having them file a provisional patent application. That is the way you actually get a true filing date. A provisional patent application is a real patent application, gets you a filing date, gets you a priority date, allows you to be able to say that you're patent pending, and that's really the way that you want to be able to protect your ideas and inventions. Don't mail stuff to yourself. Don't do the poor man's patent. That's a recipe for disaster. So thanks for watching the video, really appreciate it. Check out this video as well. This is how to protect your ideas and inventions. And this one also, this is sort of the best patent strategy. It has more detail on the specifics of what to do, when to do it, and things like that. So please, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more stuff on patents and startups. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again in the next video.